Hello to all my friends out there. Last night I had eggs and bacon. That's it. So I didn't think that was worth doing a cooking video. It's kind of dead here. So I was able to get into the drive-through because we are under alert for winds 40 miles an hour. But the worst of it is supposed to hit us. It has been kind of windy. The worst is supposed to hit around 1:40, so say 2 o'clock, and it's only 11 o'clock here. So we have a new president, Joe Biden. It seems like it's gone without incidents, so everything is good now, right? Maybe. What I would say is, okay, we've gone from President Trump to President Biden, so there needs to be a bit of an adjustment to the average guy. I mean, you know. President Joe Biden has promised that tomorrow he is signing a bill and $2,000 is coming to each and every person. I'm not sure if that includes kids. So, this $2,000 stimulus will be a $1.9 trillion stimulus package. So I started thinking, wow, how much is the GDP? So the gross domestic product for 2020 was 20.8 trillion. So you figure 1.9 trillion is about 1/10 of the GDP of last year. So all the money that was generated from Walmart, from Target, he is issuing a $1.9 trillion stimulus. And something popped into my mind. Hey, that's 1/10, like the tithe. We couldn't go to church. Okay, now. If it happens. Okay, so now I thought, wow, okay, last year was destroyed with the coronavirus. So I looked around, and the Spanish flu lasted from 1918 to 1920. So the Spanish flu was 20 years. And I'm thinking, okay, we've endured this for 1 year, so chances are we're going to be enduring this for 1 more year, like it or not. It's going to run its course for 2 years. Supposedly the vaccination is going to save us, but basically this viral attack should last about 2 years. So last year, we had a year to prepare, basically a whole year. So last year, what I did is I just bought a couple of cans here and a couple of cans there. But I am switching it up a little bit this year because it's strongly possible, the way the dollar is so weak, that we might endure some currency collapse. So one of the bad things was in the Depression is the banks failed. And what's in the bank is supposedly currency. So if that was to happen, and if the stock market crashes, welcome to the Depression. So I would say the best thing is to prepare for a depression now. And then if one doesn't happen, then we're just going to have to eat the food we stored down. And, we have strengthened up. So, that can't hurt either. So in 1929, so 9 years after the Spanish flu, along came the Depression. So the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. So maybe we have 10 years between the corona and, say, a depression. I don't think so. And so unemployment reached, it was 29%. And then the worst of it was between 1929 and March. So from the time the stock market crashed in August, the worst of the depression was from March 1929 until 1933. So 3 years was really, really bad. So what happened? Well, the standard of living dropped. 1/4 of the industrialized labor force was unable to work. So they couldn't work, kind of like what we have now. The banks failed and the incomes dropped 40%. I think a lot of this migration has to do with educated people saying, wait, if my income drops and I'm living in California where the smallest, most awful house is $540,000, and I move to Las Vegas or Arizona or Texas and I can drop that by half, it's going to be a lot easier for me to survive. I think that has a lot to do with this migration out of, you might think it's only the poorest of people that are migrating. I don't think so. I think it's the people with some education that might have some idea that it's going to be hard to pay for these. It's thousands of dollars here just to get out of bed. And then this is interesting. They had a scapegoat. There was a scapegoat for the depression, and the scapegoat was President Herbert Hoover. It was all his fault. Mind you, they can't do anything really without. So there was a scapegoat. So, okay, so now I'm thinking, and so what I'm doing now is I'm ramping it up a little bit because now we're in the second year of this pandemic. I am buying stuff by the case. Like last month, I bought 2 cases of evaporated milk. I don't can because by the time I can just buy cans. Walmart vegetables are 50 cents. I will buy cases of vegetables and cases of fruit because people most generally run out of that. I never run out of fruit because I can't stand this stuff, but I'm stockpiling it just in case. I'm stockpiling cases of soup, like vegetable soup, because then you can eat your soup and count that as vegetables if you don't have any vegetables, and it can be like a meal. I'm stockpiling stuff to make, not too much though, because I don't want to store stuff and that goes bad. My grandmother used to store stuff in metal trash cans, and now the trash cans cost more than the food that's in them. But I will stockpile flour and sugar. I will just stockpile 10 pounds at a time. Beans, rice. I have found there is no sense in stockpiling the cheap rice because I actually eat the rice a lot with meat and rice, generally, and gravy. That's why I need the evaporated milk. And I stockpile. Walmart has the boxes, 10 envelopes for about $10. Milk, salt, make sure you have salt, yeast. And so I'll just be going through and I will show you guys what I buy when I buy it, and water and gas, small bills of cash, the same old thing. But what I'll do now this year is I will ramp up the food storage. I will buy things by the case because the president now has told us dark days are ahead of us. It doesn't matter what this means, this dark days are ahead of us stuff. It could mean the economy. It could mean the corona. It could be something totally unforeseen. At least he got sworn in one piece. This has been a darn nightmare in my opinion. So one of my brothers said, it's always going to be something. I go, ain't that the truth? Like, now we got to worry about 40-mile-an-hour winds. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.